Hello. Evening, guys. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for coming over. As we see, we've got 14 in the group chat. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for taking the time to come over to the channel. I know it's a bit late for some of the guys in the UK, but the plan is to get try and get some people from around the world in the chat. On the keyboard I have my youngest daughter and my wife, so they're going to drop me the information. Obviously when I'm turning I can't read the comments, and if there's any questions they will make a note of them and let me know when we stop. So hopefully any questions, and when we can answer them for you. So what I've got, I'm just going to move this down, is I have this pear blank here, and it's about 8.5 inches across by about 2 inches thick, and it's got a few wormholes in it, unfortunately, but we'll see how it comes out. If they're really bad, then I'll have to fill them later on. But plan is to turn a bowl out of it, and as you can see I've rough shaped it already. I've turned it semi-round already and put a mortise in the bottom off camera, but I noticed that we've got a few wormholes in the top here, so I'm going to take another sliver off the side here to get rid of these wormholes, and then we'll shape the bottom. So if there's any questions before I start, then give us some now. If there's not, then we'll make a start on it, and while I get suited up, we'll see if there's any questions coming. So quickly, can you guys hear me and see me? Everybody's getting a good picture, everybody's getting good sound. I can't see, I'm just going to tip this up a little bit. So everybody can hear me. Good. Everybody can see. Spot on for me, yeah. High range just. Yep, all good. Okay, if everything's good, then sound and vision fine. Cheers, Wayne. So everything's good, then we'll make a start. Like I said, I'll just take a skim off the side of this first, and then we'll start shaping. So if the noise gets too much, then let me know and I'll turn the sound off. worm in there.
Adrian's waiting for him to go flying.
Hey?
Adrian's waiting for him to go flying.
What? The worms?
There's no worm seen taking flying lessons yet.
No, they're a bit wormy. I don't know if the seal up with CA glue. I'm not looking for a bit of advice now. The worm holes, or the worm thingy, do I seal it with CA glue? Or super glue? Or do I just sand and seal it? So I'm looking for some advice.
Wayne. Jump at Wayne.
Yeah. Wayne, where are you, Wayne? Hope you didn't fell asleep yet, mate. We need some advice.
Snake said leave him.
Don't CA him.
Adrian said CA it.
Right, okay. So sand it, then sand and seal it, then super glue. Is that right? Or
Midnight Joker said burn the worm.
burn the worm. Well, I'm going to sand it first anyway.
You want to know what colours you're using.
I ain't got a clue yet. I ain't fall that far ahead, Jabby. I ain't fall that far ahead yet, Jabby. There's a lot of holes in there. A bit of tear out in there. Need to sand that back a bit further. CA. What did Wayne say? Or has he fell asleep? Say again.
It must be the same as ice cream.
That's better. Right, so sand and seal at first, then CA it. Is everybody still awake? Nobody fell asleep yet?
Adrian's asleep.
Is he? So am I boring that much, am I? Am I boring you that much, Adrian? You're asleep. I'll give you a nudge when we're finished. I want to try and leave the bottom of this natural. I don't want to do too much to this. I want to colour the top, not the bottom. So if we can get plenty in here, that should seal this worm up, hopefully. I can hear it screaming as I'm putting the sealer on.
Adrian said Sandon does wonders for hypnosis.
What, him or me? So I'll sand that back down to 400 grit, and we'll let that go off a little bit, and then I'll denib it, and then we'll go over the, well, I don't really need, well, yeah, I'll denib it first, and then we'll go with some Yorkshire grit just to finish it off, and then we'll, actually I suppose I'll put some super glue on them first, but that's going to take time to go off, innit, so we ain't got time to mess around like that. So do we just leave them? What do you guys think? Do we super glue them or do we leave them? It's a shame really, because it's not a nice bit of wood.
Adrian said a few seconds for CA.
Yeah, alright. Let's do it. Crash.
wants to know what grit did you stop sanding at?
Who does?
Jackie.
I stopped sanding at 400 grit Jappy. And then I'm going to use the Yorkshire Grit Original, which should take it to around about 1000 grit.
Adrian said
Yeah.
after the CA you might need to redo 400 to get rid of any high points from the CA.
Yep, I agree.
And John said splash it all over Sue.
What, the CA? I can't do that, John. I'll get it in my eye if I splash it all over. And it may, that'll sting.
And Adrian said, John, it's not crude.
Yeah, CA, just for men.
Richard says it's not Old Spice.
Right, so let's just give it a couple of seconds to dry off, and then we'll go back over it with a 400 grit, and then we'll get it Yorkshire gritted.
I mean, like Jeff said, you're icing again.
No, not yet. Got plenty of ventilation in, we're all right. Yeah, I'm going to then go over it with the microphone, the original Yorkshire grit, and it should take it up to about 1000 grit finish, which is more than enough for just a basic wax bottom. I'm only going to wax it because with it being like this, I'll most sure I just use this as a test piece. So this worm really does ruin it, but it's like I say, it's just for a bit of fun tonight. So if worst come to worst, it'll end up on the fire. So right, let's get that resanded to 400. Sorry to disappoint you, Adrian. Hey? Yeah. Who have you been talking to, John? Professional? What are you on about? A slander, that is.
Adrian said professional only means you get paid for it.
Yeah, it's about right. Definitely not professional if I get paid for it. Still a novice in wood turning. Right, so I'll get some Yorkshire grit on there. Yorkshire grit original. So nice and slow to start with, to get at the cut, and then we'll speed it up to work in the finer bits. nice and smooth. So I'm just going to put some wood wax 22 on this piece. The only reason being is it's most probably going to get thrown away, and I'm getting a load of the Hampshire Sheen Final Wax. I was hoping to get some more at Maker Central, but obviously with Maker Central not going on, I didn't manage to get any. So it'll be until obviously I order it or the next show. So we'll use this for now anyway. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to give it a nice generous coat, rub it in. And we'll leave it soak for a few minutes or a couple of minutes. And then we'll buff it off. It's just a shame about the wee old woodworm, but never mind. So where's everybody from then? Who's from the UK and who's from abroad? No, David. Thanks for popping in.
Richard's from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Near Mr. Twydale, Mr. Steve Twydale. Hey Andy, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, Andy. I really enjoyed your invasion the other night. It was really nice, really good. Bromleyland, Bristol, UK. A lot of UK guys. Thank you very much for popping over. I appreciate it's pretty late for you. Or not for everybody, but this time of night. Normally I'm asleep by this time of night, so I'll be all right.
Adrian's not far, is he?
Where's Adrian from?
Cambridgeshire.
Oh, Cambridge, that's local.
Real simple things.
Hiya Baz, how you doing? So we've got a lot of people from, Andy's from America. Andy Berkey's from America, so that's nice to see. Adrian St. Knowles. Not far away from us then, Adrian. Dublin. Real simple fan. Kent. Yeah, just down the road. You have to pop in sometime, brother. Especially when all this rigmarole calms down, we'll have to get together, since we're quite local. Oh, really? I didn't realise Mike Wild was that close. I thought he was further away than that. Andy, 5:30 in the afternoon in America.
I'm still awake.
Who's that?
Andy.
Southampton. Mike's from Southampton. Bedfordshire, Milton Keynes. Got a sneeze coming. Right, let's get this polished off. Right, that's the back. Just plain and simple on the back. And we'll try and give the front a bit of jazz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scallop this in a little bit, and then we'll colour it, and then I'll dish out in the middle. So it's going to be more of a decorative piece than a usable piece. That's the plan anyway. So I'll clean up the front, just gently scallop it in, and then we'll colour it. So you guys can decide, this may be a bad choice, but you guys can decide the colour. Yeah, let me just stand this up. I don't want to put that in there for, sand it for. Sorry? Let's say again.
Iridescent.
No, I haven't. No, sorry, I haven't got no iridescent colours. The only colours I have are the Hampshire Sheen ones, unfortunately, until, again, that was something I was going to get at the shows this year. So, what colours did you hit me with? What colours have we got?
Neon green and black.
Who?
Neon green and black.
Neon green? Who on earth made that choice?
Real simple name.
Baz, trust you.
Adrian said purple.
Who?
Gold.
Who said that?
Adrian.
Right, a purple and gold, yeah.
John said red and honey and even purple. And Steve Coombe said red and honey with a black undercoat.
Red and honey with a black undercoat. That sounds interesting. I ain't got no gold. I got gold gild, unless he means gold embellishing wax. So, a black base coat, and then honey and red, with maybe a bit of purple. What do people think? So a black base, sanded back, and then with a red, honey and purple mix of colours. Would the purple ruin it? Don't know. What do people think? I'll put the black on first, and if I can find black.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Right, okay. So I'll put a bit of black on first. Black base. Put my design a bit of paper up.
Kathy said, let's give you a challenge in any colour, but you mustn't mix colours.
Mustn't mix them. Who invited Jappy? Get him off. No, I got it from I'll try and find a link out for it and stick it in the description after we're finished. I got it from actually a place that you use it for spraying model aeroplanes. That's where it actually came from. Maximus are too expensive. I'll get my secretary to write a note and remind me to put a link in the description. Oh, the paper! Sorry, I thought you meant the gun. No, the paper came from a client. It does the job, it does the job. Right, let's get that sanded back.
Adrian said then you got to sand it back like Martin does.
Adrian, I'm nowhere near as good as Martin, that's for sure. Martin is a legend. Come on.
John said he hates that work my hair dryer.
It's a bit powerful for that, John.
I know, I need it now. Don't get me.
Bit more, I think. Wait. Whoa. There we go. Right. Pretty. So we just wash this gun out and then move on.
Adrian said the gold embellishment wax will highlight the woodwork.
Yeah, I agree. I need something to highlight it. Right, so honey. Where's my technical device back? Just for you, John. So, are we just doing random patterns, I take it? So a bit of...
See,
What?
Jeff said put the dark colour where the wormholes are. They will stand out by the salt tone with bright colours.
Yeah.
And Adrian said I can imagine a worm popping out the hole with a gold crown.
Peekaboo. I'm going to keep washing the gun out. We use different guns, it's easier. So we want flame red or burnt red? No? Flame red or ruby red? Or a bit of both? I think flame maybe.
Richard said both.
Both. It's getting greedy, Richard is.
Might said the worms sit there in the pallet. Flame red. Anything said?
It's a bit uniform now. Ruby red.
Did you say noughts and crosses?
Yeah. I did look at that and thought of that. So who wanted plum? Someone wanted plum or purple, didn't they? Plum. Spots of purple.
Oh, he's paying some crosses.
I don't like that. That looks horrible.
You said it. John said it's the COVID bowl.
I don't like that. I hate that. That's horrible. No, I don't like that. Sorry, folks. I don't like it. I'm going to take it back. That looks horrible. That's no.
Like a donut.
What?
Robert Deb Wood said it looks like a donut.
No, I don't like it. I'm taking it back. And we'll try again. Right. What? Right, hello bear. Let's leave it like that. No, I didn't like that at all. I think this wood is so porous, it's just soaking the colour. It's not letting the colour stay the bright colour it is. So let's try something different. Hang on, let's see what people think. Let's have a look. What we got here. Just slap on some more. I can't read. Hang on, just go to the other camera. So I'm going to try. Let's turn this back down. Right, I've got these Hampshire Sheen colours. We've got Earth, Forest Green and Pear Green. Never used them before, so I'm going to go for those. I'll get a pair of gloves. Who? So we'll do the Pear Green first. Like I say, I've never used these. Look, you can see how dusty they are. Maybe a little better on the wood. Yeah, camo, that'd be cool. Right, let's get that dried. So, earth next. All we need is a bit of wind and a bit of fire and we're well away. I'm just going to daub this on, put spots of this on.
Nice colour. So using colours that come naturally from fruits, which usually works well. See that?
No?
Even like I said, using colours that
Forest?
come naturally from fruits, which usually works well.
Oh, right, okay. We'll soon see.
Maybe when you're making camo colour.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Better? Or do we want a different colour in there? A little bit of honey maybe? Just to sort of bring it an autumn look, make it look a bit like autumn.
Amy said you're teaching the worm to play hide and seek or stake the basics.
Yeah, capture an evasion. So, a little bit of honey, I think, just to try and bring a little bit of autumn colours into it.
Honey, purple,
Purple.
honey, that's what I was thinking.
What do you reckon, guys? It's better than the other colour we had, let's put it that way. Or the other pattern we had. People happy with that? Everybody fell asleep? Yeah, I agree, it is better. The other one was atrocious. So we'll just dry that off. Yes, that is much better. Much, much better. Still not to a Martin Saban Smith standard, but it's better. So what we'll do now is we'll sand and seal it, lock in the colour, and we'll get it dished out. And I don't know whether I'm going to lacquer it or whether I'm going to polish it. I'm not sure yet.
or bronze embellishing wax, or would it be too much? Steve Whitcomb said that like camouflage is cool.
Who said that?
Steve Whitcomb. Adrian said gold, no liquid. That's something to highlight.
Yeah, embellishing wax might just bring it out. Yeah, something gold embellishing wax maybe. Bronze, gold.
Embellishing wax will highlight the wormhole.
Yeah, we want to make a feature on really. Wormholes.
But I'm really feeling at home here, just like I'm doing at my lathe, but someone else is doing all the work.
I'm glad you're feeling comfy, John.
Adrian said crowns for the worm, and Gavin said that looks good.
So, we just get a bit of a... There we go. Might look totally different on the camera to what I can see, but it's definitely better than the first colour we had. Definitely better. So what I'm thinking is we dish it out from around out here. That's what I'm thinking. Is that not enough? Maybe a bit more? Out there maybe. Just a shallow dish in it. And then a bit of embellishing wax. I think I'm going to lacquer it. Just put a bit of lacquer over the top of it, just to give it a nice shine. So let's get that bit hollowed out. More wormholes. So we'll get this cleaned off. Let's get a bit of sand and sealer in there. Is everybody still awake? Everybody still awake? Yeah? Good. You can all have a lay in tomorrow, you know, just to catch up on your sleep. I won't tell the wife why you was up so late. Oh, no, thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Oh, there. Right, let that dry a little bit. And then we'll get some embellishing wax over it. And then I'll lacquer it. Colours of embellishing wax, any preferences? I've got all the colours. Somebody said gold. I'll tell her why if you say yeah, you're all right. You send it to me, John. I'll tell her why you had a lay-in.
Also been recommended bronze.
Bronze and gold. Is that what people have been recommending? Bronze.
Adrian said bronze may be better than gold.
Yeah, I agree. Because the yellow already in the colour.
Definitely agrees with him.
Or being bronze.
John said go for the lacquer.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to lacquer it. I think that'll look better lacquered than it will waxed because of the holes in it. So, right. So how many we got in the chat? We have 23 in the chat. Oh, thank you very much. 23 people still awake and I haven't sent to sleep just yet. Awesome. Does anybody get any questions for me while we stand there waiting for sand and seal to dry? I might not be able to answer them, but I'll try my best.
Like I said, at 7:15 where he is, I don't know where he is.
Doug?
Yeah.
Miller? That would be America somewhere, I'd imagine. Can you lacquer over the wax? Yes. I lacquered over Hampshire. I haven't lacquered over Chestnut's Wax 22. But I have waxed over Hampshire Sheen's final finish wax or high gloss wax without any problems. As long as you don't go mad and put heavy coats on, you need to put light coats on and gradually build them up. What we got? Yes, Kentucky. Yeah, I think if you put a heavy coat over, I think that might blister or blemish. Which isn't a problem, because if it blemishes and you put enough coats on, you can always put it back on the lathe and polish them all out, which is just a bit of a pain. But the best way I've found is to build up loads of thin coats. So just a light dusting, and it won't be until you get to perhaps your 8th or 9th coat before you start seeing a nice shine on it. But it's better than having to spend time polishing it all back. That's the way I've always done it, and that's the way I've always found out it's better to. And it's the same as when I've painted on cars. You always put light coats on, and the last coat is your final gloss coat, if you know what I mean. So you get a better base. So yes, you can. The answer to your question is yes, you can lacquer over wax. People may not say no, but I've not had no problems. I only use automotive lacquer. I don't use any of the chestnut lacquer or Hampshire Sheen's lacquer. I just use lacquer from Halfords or any automotive place. I have used spray gun lacquer, which you mix yourself, which is 2-pack, but exactly the same. So yeah, not a problem. So let's get some embellishing wax on this. Everybody's gone for bronze, so that's what we'll go for. Actually, I'll put some gloves on. If you go through the bottom. Have you said that? Let's leave that soak for a few minutes. This is the lacquer I use. Nothing special, just clear lacquer from Halfords. It's a bit cold though, so it may be a bit of an issue. Should leave this a little bit longer really, but we'll as time's getting on. We'll buff it off now. Sorry? No, not really, Jappy. No, depends on how heavy you put it on, but I'd say that's I think that's a 500 milliliter tin, and I would imagine this size you would perhaps get 2, maybe 3 projects out of it. Again, it depends on how many coats you're putting on, doesn't it? But yeah, I'd say easily 2 projects. So there's our embellishing wax. You can just see a glimmer of the bronze in there, which is quite nice. I'll take it out and show you. I don't know if you can see that with the camera and the light. Let me put this light on here. I don't know if is that any better. Can you see the bronze in it or not? Don't know. I don't know if the light's good enough to see the bronze in it. If I bring it too close, that'll be dark because of the light on the camera. But you can just see it glimmering in the light. I'll take some stills at the end and put them on, or tomorrow morning actually, and then you'll be able to see a bit better picture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a couple of light coats of lacquer, low speed, and what I always do is start from the middle and work my way out. If you put too much on, it's just going to splash everywhere and make a mess everywhere. So like I say, light coats is the best way. Hasn't got to be heavy coats. So from the middle, just out, just like that. So I'll leave that going, then we'll get a little bit of heat on it. As you can see, you don't use a lot, but that'll take, like I say, several coats before it actually gets glossy. That's what happens when you put too much on. No.
Rubber Dub said, how often would you burnish the coats, if at all?
Bit of moisture in there, and that would. I wouldn't burnish the coats, to be honest. What I would do is give it a bit more time between coats, because if you burnish it, you've got chemicals in between the coats which may cause it to peel later on. But because I'm trying to put many coats on, it's not really. It's just a case of many light coats. What I have done before is, if you get what they call orange peel effect, which is like little tiny, when you look across that, you get little tiny dimples in it. You can cut it back with burnishing cream, which will help you. But ideally, this would have been better sat on a flat bed. So because the wood is obviously not where you've coloured it, you've got some grain that's slightly swollen more than others, so it's not perfectly flat. You'd have been able to flood fill the top of the top, so you'd have got a nice flat level. You could have done that on your last coat, so you had a nice level flat finish. But like I say, it's just a case of building up the coats, and if you get what you call, like I say, call orange peel, you can then gradually cut it back. But I don't think, to be honest, with coats, several coats on it, that wouldn't be too bad. As you can see, there's a bit of a shine. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not really, light's not very good. But I don't know if you can see a bit better now. Like, you can see a bit better shine on it, or a shine coming, should I say. But because it's not very warm in here, well, it's not cold, but it's not warm. It's taken a little bit to dry off, and I don't want to dry too much of the heat gun, and any moisture in the wood is going to come to the surface and then blister up underneath the paint, or the lacquer, sorry. So it's just a case of being gentle and delicate with it until I can get my next coat on it. So as you can see now, the shine is starting to build up. The colours look a lot better now, to be honest. Now we've got a bit of lacquer on it, it's sort of brought the colours out a little bit. But what I'm most probably do is put one more coat on it and then leave it till tomorrow and see what it's like, and maybe put another couple of coats over it in the morning, give it a chance to dry off properly. Because the more coats I put on it, the longer each coat's going to take to dry off. So, but no, the colours definitely look better than they did. Right, so who we got left in the chat? Who we got left? Who's still hanging out there and we haven't bored yet? You're welcome, Adrian. I'm getting practicing when I do my gun. That's what it is. I'll get some leaves and spray around my leaves on my gun. Make it look a bit more camo. Yeah, colours definitely look better. Jeff, still here. Good man, Jeff. How are you? Yeah, the colours definitely look better now. It's had lacquer over the top of it. They sort of brought the yellows and light greens through. Hello, Caitlin. How are you, Caitlin? I liked your rainbow project you did the other day. That was really nice. I'm good, thank you, Jeff. John's still here. John's still awake. He ain't fell asleep yet. Robert's still here. No, Richard, sorry, still here. Oh, that's good news, Caitlin. Bit of commission work for you. Very good. Well, you got nothing else to do while you're off school? Right, we'll give that one more coat. So as you can see, you don't really use a lot of lacquer. There's only a small piece. So like I say, easily two good sized projects out of a can, I reckon, if not more. Can't hear you. Is he? Say again.
His dad's still here. That says Richard Minton.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Is that you, Pops? Are you still awake, Pops? Or have you just woken up? Right, so I think I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to put any more coats on it tonight and cause it to run massively. So what I'll do is I'll get it, oh, I don't want to get it out really. What I'll do is I'll take some stills off and put some stills up tomorrow. Yes. Hello, Pops. Are you okay? You just woken up, have you? That's my dad. If you hadn't known, that's my dad. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for tonight. And the reason being is I don't want to put any more coats on it and cause it to run. So I'll leave it overnight to dry. And then I'll stick some stills up on Instagram tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what it looks like. So, guys, thank you so much for coming over. Hang on, let's get the camera so we can see. So thank you very much for coming over. Very much appreciated. Like I say, this was a trial to see how it took off. If it works well, then I will be doing another one. So if you guys are quite happy to come in at 11 o'clock at night, I don't mind doing perhaps on a Friday night just to have a bit of a chat and a bit of a turn, see how it goes. So leave some comments. Let me know if you're happy to do that. Then I'll carry this on. So all I can say is thank you very much, and it's very much appreciated that you spent the time on a Friday night with me and not your loved ones. So anyway, guys, I'm now going. I'll stick some seals up tomorrow, so have a great weekend. Take care, speak to you soon, and bye. Night, Pops. Love you.